Good morning friends, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal and Adab. This is my 245th video and this will be covering the STR calculation which I have been doing in my series earlier, which you must have seen in the video 243. Now I will rebrush the memory what I had stated there, that these calculations of how the STR is derived out, and finally it gives us the valuation of our property or for our bungalow or whatever it is. So this becomes very important. Now government is generally claiming that whatever the district collector or the registry rates are within a given cantonment, they divide the cantonment in various zones and then they convert that district collector rate into square meters from not square yards. If it is in square yards or per acres, it is finally converted into square meters, and then on this square meter they charge us on 10 square meter. So of this 10 square meter, when divided by the total area of your land, we need to pay 2.5% of the valuation. It sounds very less. Let's say 100 rupees is your bungalow value. So we are only paying 2.5 rupees to the government annually. Now this has a story in between, which I'll calculate later for you. But let's go simply. Once again, I'm coming back to my bungalow only because I'm not picking up any other bungalow purposely. I'm concentrating on the same area, the same value, the same STR and Ambala DO. So let's say bungalow number 102, which originally was 1.6 acres of land holding, making it about 69,696 square feet, 7,744 square yards, and approximately 6,474 or 5 square meters. So now what I just told you, we get the collector rate, which is generally in square yards. That collector rate is now entirely converted into square meters, and that square meters then multiplied into 10 to get my valuation. So now how is this collector rate multiplied? This collector rate is multiplied by my square meter. So 6,497 is multiplied by the collector rate given to us in square meters when converted. Now this value, which comes to let's say 1,000 rupees, I have to pay 2.5% of it. Now you all can see the Excel sheet which is displayed. Now this is now calculating what? If we have the district collector registry rate or the collector rate. So it is very important. Now I would request some of my learned viewers to please understand this sheet which I have created on Excel. You just have to feed your collector rate and you ultimately in the end result with your area feeding two things: your area, that's an acre or in square meters, and your district collector rate in square yards converted to square meters, you get the end result, which is the STR. That's right. So, well, I am calculating the various methods of this formula now. These series are purposely made so that awareness can be created. I calculated STR, then I showed you an STR for lease money. Now, the formula which goes back to 243 video where we had the STR rate. Now here we have the collector rate. So in 2003, the STR rate in Ambala cantonment for my bungalow was in that Mall Road and entire vicinity of OGB was 598. So the value per square yard comes out to be approximately 2,000 rupees. So this is now converted into STR. So what are we doing now? So let's insert this value which we got for 1.6 acres or 6,475 square meters into the collector rate, which comes out to be approximately 1,54,88,000. So this is the cost of my land plus my building in the period of 2003. Okay. So once when I convert this, I convert it into square meters. So what is my STR which this sheet shows? It says it should be 598. And what was my STR which the department was calculating? Was this. So when you club, it's a simple mathematics. Both sides of the equations have to be balanced. If you have done chemistry, even in those cases, both sides of the equation needs to be balanced. And the system has to be either CGS, either MKS. So you can't say I am calculating on square yard and finally I am getting the result in square meters. No, you can't do that. If it is in acres, you have to convert it into square meters. If the STR rate is in yards, convert it into square meters. Then you multiply it by this STR or the collector rate. So friends, why am I giving all this to you? Why am I making all this? 57 cantonments, nobody knows the calculations. Lease money people, 6,000 and above in India, maybe about what the report says 29,000 leases, including the civil area. Let's talk of 6,000 major leases. You are getting notices on your full land along with building. Well, let's presume if it is a bazaar property. In a bazaar, hardly do you have any open area. You don't have a lawn, you don't have a pathway, nothing. So your entire property is built up. So you are like a commercial property, a shop or a house or a residential. So when these STRs are calculated that way. So once this STR is driven, we get the collector rate. So now friends, people have been calling me up and they've been asking me, Ronnie ji, what is the benefit and how do we drive into? So I drove this from my 243 video. Now I have started saying in my videos, friends, if people want, apart from the Janam Patri, they just want their STRs to be calculated or their house tax, which will be in my coming videos. Presently, your STR and collector rate, I can do it for you at a minimum amount of 10,000 rupees. You will have to share your GLR given by the department, your sale deed at least, which shows that you are the HOR or the illegal buyer, whatever. Your last 3 tricentennial house tax receipts, 3. So makes it 9 years. Your land measurement should be physically done. Your built up area, if it is a bungalow, it has to be in block wise. Why? There is a main building, there is an outhouse, there is a servant quarter, and there are garages. Garages originally were gurdwars, where you used to garage your animals, the Britishers used to. So once this is there, we people can then calculate the STR, collector rate, and then those STRs or collector rates can be compared by the DC for that very 3 period of year. So at least we will build up our cases on house tax, how the department is coming to this STR, because this STR really troubles people. Today they don't realize it's a very silent, dormant killing of you people. The department will finally one day recover means profit from all resumed old grand bungalows. I'm making you aware of all this. They are doing it with me. So friends, please get your calculations done, dig into your district collector rates, go back till 1985, whoever can source it out. Keep those files, they'll be very important for you. So 2000, 2003, I've shown you how the vice versa STR is driven out from collector rate. Earlier video 243 showed you I had the STR rate, so my collector rate came out. Now when I have the collector rate, my STR will come out. I'm calling it collector rate is DC rate, so DCR. STR and DCR. So these are the abbreviations, please remember them. Bungalows, owners, residents, please, for God's sake, be more responsive. We all are revenue free grants. We were never converted into British grants under any of the Governor General orders, whether for military or whether for non-military areas. The DC was supposed to convert these old grants into new grants. Did the DC do it for us? No. That is why the Britishers honestly wrote in our GLR old grant. When the GLR was being prepared in 1925, 29, 37, what was the need to write old grant? Just try and hit your brain into this. They could have simply written grant. They could have simply written grant under Governor General order as per presidency. They didn't. So they left a leverage for us. We need to catch it. Thank you. Good day.